While the Lloydminster Fire Department is looking to update how it operates in order to provide faster service and increase membership, Brian Lentz explains.
Lloydminster has maintained a fire department since 1905 and remains one of the largest Saskatchewan municipalities with a volunteer membership. But as the city grows, so too does its service demands.
We need to make sure that we maintain acceptable amounts of volunteers to protect our community. So as the city grows, we need to expand our volunteer limits.
To achieve this, Fire Chief Newton proposes changes to the department that would ensure there is a full-time captain on site 24/7, alongside volunteers paid a premium stipend.
Our volunteers will be able to pick and choose when they come into the fire hall to receive their training and pretty much be on standby at the fire hall to respond to all emergencies.
Though no tragedy has come of it, the fire department cannot 100% guarantee service during the week. Newton says switching to this new model would not only eliminate that problem, but reduce current response times by more than half.
This will also eliminate 5 minutes of our response time. So if you do dial 911 for an emergency, whether it be your house on fire or a vehicle accident, someone's trapped in there, a fire truck should be able to be there 5 minutes sooner.
All of this comes at a cost, of course. Newton estimates switching to a model of stipend-paid volunteers would increase salaries by more than $350,000. But that's a far cry from a full-time fire department, which would increase costs by at least $5 million. Councillor Buckingham says even our current volunteer model is the envy of the province, but any improvement is helpful.
If we can move to this hybrid model, it's certainly going to be beneficial to everybody, the citizens, for safety, financially for the taxpayer. I think it's a great option to consider.
Currently, all of this is hypothetical. More information is being gathered on how exactly the new model would fit within city operations.
We have capital money that would be required. They'll be getting that all the fine details worked out to present to the team and ensure everybody's on sync with that. Then coming back to a budget, it really comes down to the budgetary step after that.
For the moment, the fire department is looking to boost its ranks by 11 new members, with recruitment closing at the end of the week. Brian Lentz, Newcap News.
Transport Canada updated drone laws over the summer, laying out regulations for operating unmanned aerial vehicles. It's a comprehensive set of guidelines, but some recreational drone flyers are not so happy about it. Flyers have a lot to keep in mind while operating within city limits. Guidelines for drones such as height restrictions and proximity to buildings and crowds were unveiled over the summer, making things difficult for some recreational flyers.
When the drone laws came into effect and what you had to do to register your drone, it basically made it impossible for me to fly commercially or as an amateur.
The new guidelines by Transport Canada restrict a drone from flying over 90 meters and must stay at least 75 meters away from buildings, crowds, and animals. A drone needs to be at least 9 kilometers away from any kind of airfield.
It's very expensive for you to do it legally. If you want to do it legally, you're looking at $600 for courses in a city, hotels, and then on top of that, you can't fill out the applications properly. They recommend you paying somebody to help you with filling out the application.
When it comes to operating a drone recreationally, Kent says it's always best to use common sense.
We just use common sense, just like anybody else who's doing anything else in this society does. If you stay within your common sense, you should be okay.
Well, Flora and Fauna are siblings who came in as strays, and Ronan is a happy-go-lucky dog hoping to get adopted. Here is John from the SPCA with this week's Pet Project.
These lovely felines are Flora and Fauna. These two siblings came to us as strays in late August, and immediately we could tell they had a very special bond. You'll often find them cuddled together in their cat bed, catching a quick nap, or grooming each other. They are both a little shy at first, but once you spend a little time with them, their personalities really start to shine. Flora and Fauna have such gentle, calming souls that within minutes of meeting them, you'll want to take them home with you. So what are you waiting for? Stop by the SPCA and meet this adorable pair today. This handsome fellow is Ronan. Ronan is one happy-go-lucky dog that adores everyone he meets. One look into his soft, gentle eyes and you'll be hooked. Ronan is extremely mild-mannered too. He's perfectly content to stay right by your side. Ronan enjoys running and playing, but he never gets too excited. Ronan is just looking for a special friend to take him for long walks or to cuddle up with him on the couch and give him some pets and a belly rub. If you are looking for a loving companion who will fill a special part in your heart, then Ronan may just be what you need. Stop by the SPCA and meet Ronan today.
An outgoing Member of Parliament for Battlefords Lloydminster, Gerry Ritz, would like to be remembered for a particular quality. Gerard Lampow sat down with the veteran politician to find the Ritz legacy.
Just that I was accessible. You know, my office staff have been fantastic over the years, and you can't do this without good staff. They've returned calls. They've made sure that I've, been up to speed on some of the issues that are happening. My wife actually showed me on the lead up to the last election, she's trying to convince me not to run, and I wanted to finish off TPP and a few things, so I did. But she showed me I'd actually spent more days on the ground in China than I had at home that year, and she was right. I was 37 days in China and 35 or something actually at home. So it's hard to attend the parades, it's hard to attend the ribbon cuttings, but as I said to people as we were campaigning, I can be at your kitchen table listening to your complaints, or I can be at the cabinet table and fix them.
You've had a number of challenges in our area, certainly. One of them I was looking at dating back to 2001, cryptosporidium crisis that got into the water system in North Battleford. And there was a final settlement just this year in April, actually, for folks who were under 18 at the time, some $3.2 million their settlement. But I think some 7,000 people may have been affected by that situation.
It was one of those crazy things where I was in Ottawa and there was a Chamber of Commerce function that I was invited to, so I flew back for that and went to the banquet, had the water like everybody else, went back to Ottawa to play in a charity hockey tournament over the Easter break with a lot of my MP colleagues, and I was sick. I was under the weather, simply, and nobody really knew what it was, but you started putting it together later on when it all started to be tracked down, and that's exactly, I had the ill effects of it too. I didn't sue anybody. You take it in stride and carry on.
Ritz will reflect on his ag portfolio and the Canadian Wheat Board in Thursday's Agriculture Report. Gerard Lampow, Newcap News.
And Lloydminster resident and small business owner Aron Klassen has officially launched his bid to seek the Conservative Party of Canada nomination for the Battlefords Lloydminster region.
As a small business owner, I can't sit by anymore and talk about it over coffee. It's time to get involved, and it's time to bring a voice to Ottawa for the people in the region.
Classen has owned and operated Tunes Music and Audio in the border city for the past 12 years and says he's felt the recent economic challenges due to Liberal policies.
They've done a terrible job of managing our economy. Everyone in this region has experienced challenges in the last 3 years, and now the icing on the cake are these tax reforms. They're going to hurt small businesses, they're going to hurt farmers, they're going to hurt families.
And as for being Gerry Ritz's potential successor, Classen says he is up for the challenge but will focus on bringing the voices of the people to Ottawa.
Gerry has been a strong representative for agriculture in the region. He has supported industries and small businesses in the region. He's very well respected, and I certainly intend to follow in his footsteps, but I do intend to bring a fresh perspective.
For more information about Classen and his bid, you can visit his website, aronclassen.com.
This is Newcap Sports.
Well, one of the worst positions to be in on the golf course is when your ball has an uphill or downhill lie. It can make putting a good swing on the ball very intimidating. Luckily, Lance Phillips and Ryan Vaughn are here to ease the burden with episode 10 of Tips from the Green.
Welcome back to another episode of Tips from the Green here at the gorgeous Cold Lake Golf and Winter Club. I'm Lance Phillips, joined by Ryan Vaughn, the head golf professional at the Cold Lake Golf and Winter Club. And Ryan, these are tricky shots. When you have to shoot the ball, you have to hit the ball going up a hill or even going down a hill. What are some techniques that golfers can use to kind of get out of this situation unscathed?
Yeah, so very straightforward thought. Kind of think about when you are on a flat lie and how your feet are positioned. Everything is on the same level, your shoulders are square, your weight dispersion is 50-50, okay. Right? Obviously a little bit different when you get into a lie like we're situated with here, but very simple, Lance. We're going to position ourselves, address the golf ball, and notice when I address the golf ball, my weight naturally wants to go to my right side, right? And my shoulders are tilted. So I have to position myself with the slope, okay? And that's going to create the most flattest lie we can possibly get in a situation like this. So I'm going to put a little bit of weight on my back foot, just enough so I can steady myself, tilt my shoulders back a little bit of weight on my front just to steady my front foot. And now you can see my shoulders, my right shoulder's a little lower than my left, right? And my right foot is a little lower than my left foot. And but I've got my weight dispersion very, very more on the back foot. So now as I come through, I'm really gonna keep my weight back on the back foot. And as I swing the golf club, really hold my position. And as I come through on the follow through, I'm gonna just try to drive my arms through the ball and try to get my weight forward as much as I can.
Okay.
But really the important part is the address position.
Looks like we got a clear shot here. Should we give it a try?
Absolutely.
I think that you're away.
I'm away. All right, here we go. Again, you're just ahead of me.
Well, I better give this a try here and see if I can get it up there a little bit. Oh, I lost my balance a bit. A little long.
Too good a contact. You're a good student.
It's easy when the teacher's good, Ryan, that's for sure. The master teaches the student once again how to do any golf shot you need. That's it for Tips from the Green here from the Cold Lake Golf and Winter Club with Ryan Vaughn, head golf professional at the Golf and Winter Club. Till next time.
With the Bobcats schedule underway, many players are excited to get going, but for some players, this season will be even more special. In this week's Beyond the Boards, Connor Chan catches up with a few Bobcats who are heading into their final campaign.
While many players are gearing up for another year of junior A hockey, for seasoned players like Chasten Braid and Connor Odeline, this will be their final year with the Lloydminster Bobcats.
You know, it's last kick at the can, I guess most people say. It's tough to think about in one way, you know, moving on from hockey in that sense. It's something that's always in the back of your head, I guess. You know, there's no such thing as next year, basically.
Yeah, you know, thinking about it, seeing all these young guys in the room kind of reminds me of myself. So it's a little different, and you know, I'm just excited to get the year started here. I don't think it really hit me yet, but I'm thinking as the year goes on, it's definitely going to get harder and harder, seeing my junior career coming to an end. But I'm definitely going to leave it all out there on the ice.
Odeline is the longest-serving Bobcat on the current roster, while Braid played his midget career in Lloydminster. Both players have a greater appreciation for their team and the community as their junior careers wind down.
As you get older, you see what everyone does for you. Like starting with the trainer, she does everything for us, Michelle. And I think as a younger guy, you don't really realize it, but you know, now that I'm older, I do realize all the little things that we get done for us.
Like I've been here for 3 years and really start to appreciate the fans a lot more, and a lot of the guys have come through, and all the coaches and everything that helped me out. So yeah, it's definitely something to look back on.
With 7 months to go, there is still one last thing on the mind for these two overage players, and that is playoffs.
We want to go pretty far in playoffs this year. I think we have the team, and we could always add other pieces to this as well. But right now, I think we're looking pretty good, so I think we'll have a good season.
Yeah, playoffs and winning it all, basically. I mean, there's nothing better than going out on top, as they say. So it's basically the end goal.
For Beyond the Boards, I'm Connor Chan.